So let's get straight into the entertainment news. So we're going to start with this not good news. But then we have to take it. DJ Arafat dies in road crash. Popular Ivorian entertainer Ange Didier Wan, aka DJ Arafat, has died. According to reports, the Coupe de Calais star died in hospital in Abidjan as a result of the complications from the injuries he sustained after a motorbike accident. It was reported that his motorbike was hit by a car driven by a journalist from Radio Côte d'Ivoire. DJ Arafat was a singer, composer, and a producer. He is considered one of the most popular African artists in Francophone countries around the world. May his soul rest in peace.
Oh my goodness, this is such a sad note to begin stuff with. But so the accident happened on Sunday evening, and of course by Monday morning it was confirmed.
Wow.
You know, earlier this week it was confirmed that he had passed, or by Monday rather. And you know, Davido, I saw his first post where it was like, no, tell me it isn't true, and then he came back and of course had accepted the news, and everyone's just showing love because he is one of the bigger African DJs, and of course representing that side of the continent. And it's just really sad. 33, I believe he was.
33.
And I can say that he was very daring and bold with his life, because I mean, he had about 11 albums that he had produced. I mean, he's somebody that took life, you know, by the hands, and then just did what he loved to do. So
quite literally as well, in terms of he was riding a bike when he died.
So somebody said, I read somebody's post, and that person said that if there is a part in heaven, turn up already. So you can see, like, they know that he had good vibes and all that. But at some point when I saw how the accident happened, the video that went viral, I know that, yes, it was going straight. It was the one who owned the road at that point when that car just came. But you know how at every intersection, you're just, you know, you're slowing down because people might be, as they say, that you're the only sane person on the road once you're riding or you're driving a car or you're riding a bike, you know? So, you know, I've always talked about getting a power bike and all that. I've always loved it. But at some point, I'm like, is it that this thing is always claiming people's lives and all that because you're just, you know, doing... And it was not even riding it the normal way. I don't know whether it comes with that particular bike because it was just one tire on the ground and then the other tire up. So it was that trick they were doing, and he had been doing it for, you know, for a while. Like, we saw the video. And what again, you know, and people know that he's always doing stunts on the bike. But it's just so pathetic. May he so rest in perfect peace.
I really hope so.
May he so rest in perfect
that's the
peace.
prayer.
All right, moving on to some more news now. We will make Tekno a scapegoat, says the federal government. The federal government has expressed disappointment that musician Tekno still released a music video which sparked a lot of controversy, and has threatened to use Tekno as a scapegoat to send strong signals of intolerance to nonsense and immorality. According to Shegun, who is the Director General of the National Council for Arts and Culture, he said, "We commend the police for arresting Tekno for the shameful misconduct. The same person who was granted bail on health grounds has gone ahead to release the controversial video. We are now warning him to desist from this shameful conduct, which is not a part of our culture. No single person is bigger than Nigeria, whether he likes it or not. We're going to use him as a scapegoat to send strong signals that the government does not tolerate nonsense and immorality, but discipline, which is our moral principle." Now, he also added that he released the shameful video, which, when the investigation is still ongoing, and we are going to inform security agencies to place him on their watch list because his actions are a threat to national security and also a bad influence on Nigerian youth. Now, if you recall, Tekno suffered backlash after being spotted in a viral video where he was dancing in a transparent moving van around the Lekki axis in Lagos, of course, with semi-nude women. And this went viral and caused a lot of uproar on social media. And now the federal government is saying he's a threat to national security.
You went back to that because I was about to ask you guys.
Yes, that's to national security. I do not understand, but I understand that second part, morality, that they talked about. I mean, but then I think what's the crux of the matter is right here is they're still talking about this. They were not done with it, and then you went on to releasing the video. I think that is just the crux of the matter.
He must have gotten advice. I mean, people say no PR is bad PR, because in 4 days, the video has about over 750,000 views on YouTube in just 4 days.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where he came from. But I actually feel like, as they said, they are trying to make Tekno a scapegoat. Because if we're going to say we stand for decency, we say no to immorality, then what about the tons of other videos that have also semi-nude women that are doing so well, that we are praising, that we are giving awards to? You know, so what are we going to do about that? And why is he a threat to national security?
That is,
I don't understand that.
I don't know, one of the, because there have been different reactions, and I saw someone saying, okay, we just pick and choose when we want to react, the federal government, because there have been so many, we've seen so many cases that have happened in the country that we're like, okay, what's the federal government doing about this?
Exactly.
But then something like this, that, I mean, this isn't a criminal act, fine, this is more to do with like a civic thing,
and creativity
a morality thing, not a criminal thing where someone has killed someone. So where is the threat to national security coming? So they're like, okay, federal government is like, you pick and choose when you want to react.
I think when it's become an issue, like when it's buzzing, then it now becomes an issue that the federal government looks into. Because part of his statement, he said that he got tons of calls from locally and also internationally saying, is this what Nigeria stands for right now? So perhaps there were important people who called him and, you know, said, we don't take this, and then it now looks like we have to.
But back to what Faladele said, it is not until they call you, are you doing your homework? So if before now we had stuff like that, and it goes to saying that even the songs that they get to ban, I know, you know, embassy is in charge of this and they're watching at this point. So now, you know, I mean, for terrestrial platforms, and then they go to ban some songs, and then some songs are there, and some of these artists are complaining, even as somebody who works on radio, and then you get to hear that, why is it that they're not banning this? And sometimes they even leave it to your discretion. So they tell you that, you know, you should use your discretion, and then you play it, and then your station would have to pay at the end of the day.
Or is this a big deal because it happened on the, like, it happened publicly? Because I know that was first what the uproar was about, the fact that it happened in public.
They said they're even going to go to the strip clubs and also arrest the owners and everything because we don't stand for immorality. Okay,
so that means a new era is upon us. So it'll be nice to see how this unravels. Because the songs that are banned for terrestrial TV, they're still being played by the stations that are on a different Scapegoat network. So let's get what we're doing right here.
Thank you so much for that. So it is so amazing that, you know, or shocking that I would work at, you know, I was working at Max FM, and, you know, they would say, don't play certain songs. And as you stop to play the song, you are driving and you're listening to a radio station, another radio station, and it's playing there, and then you're wondering whether they have two heads.
So is this, so this morality thing, I'm all for it. I believe in morals and upholding high moral values and standards, but I think it should also cut across. So you're going to tackle, you're going to give people so amount of years for homosexuality, but what are you doing about, you know, people committing other crimes? And it comes back to the thing about sin is sin. So are we using the same strong hands we're going to be using for morals and all that across board? Is it going to affect everyone, or is it just some people? To be honest, I feel like this is also a case of I gave you an instruction, or I'm angry at you. It's not like a parent. I'm angry at you. You did something wrong to me, and you still went ahead. I told you not to do it, and you still went ahead to do it. So I'm going to teach you a lesson. I think that is some of what is happening here. Because there were still investigations ongoing, and even though they haven't gotten to a conclusion, we released you on bail for health reasons. You still went ahead to post this video. That is true. And I think I'm done ranting about the federal government and all that. So let's now come to the other side, which is to tackle Tekno on this.
So not even say that we are taking sides.
Yes, because at the end of the day, we have to take a look at what your bail conditions were. You were released on health grounds. That was made public. And so that means that what was discussed, was it agreed that you still go ahead to release this video? What kind of regard or disregard in this case does it show when you still go ahead to put that out? Why couldn't you could have still released the video. Why couldn't you cut out that part?
Exactly.
And just edit it out. It's simple. That's not all the video is about.
Yeah.
So it just speaks to, I mean, what are you also trying to find? They called you in, you know, you were released on bail, and then you go ahead and still do that. What does that speak about how you regard authority?
Yeah,
because that is also important.
That's true. It's important, really.
Very true.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to see how this unravels, right? Alrighty, guys, moving swiftly along. Yes, Small Doctor reportedly welcomes 4th child with his 4th baby mama. Nigerian artist Temitope Adekunle, aka Small Doctor, has reportedly welcomed his 4th child, a baby girl with his 4th baby mama, Agbeke. Now, according to reports, the music star welcomed the baby girl with Agbeke, who resides in Canada. And massive congratulations to them. I guess, yeah, massive.
A child is a good thing.
So massive
blessing.
Congratulations then, yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay, congratulations to them.
Child, y'all,
but
what y'all think about that?
To all the youth out there, I really don't
Fourth
think it's
baby
something
mama
that you
for
should
child.
go into, because 4 baby mamas, 4 children is a lot of responsibility. As you said, yes, a child is a gift, but then it's always better if you do things the proper way, you know, the better way. And, you know, because it's always nicer when you have, like, a united family. So, massive congrats to them.
But then you hear again that what business of yours is, is this? Because, you know, when you're trying to now tell an adult, sometimes they feel that they're adults and then they know what is good for them. So,
well, the reason why I specifically said it is because whether you like it or not, these are our role models. Now, people will say, I didn't ask anybody to look up to me. I didn't ask anybody to be inspired by me. But here's the thing out there. Don't now think it's a norm, because nowadays some girls are very okay being a baby mama without knowing that there is a lot of stress and emotional trauma that is attached to it. So let's not like popularize it or make it seem like something that is normal. That's all I'm trying to say.
Sadly, it's becoming normal.
No, it's even normal already. So it's coming a bit late. Like saying, don't let us now popularize it.
Yeah, it's already.
I mean,
that is sad.
Actually.
And it feels like we have taken, because there's much talk about how we always try to take on the abroad culture, the Western culture, but it feels like we've just taking on even this culture as well. If you go to the States, let me not even go to other parts of the abroad. If you go to the States, Atlanta, all these places, like this baby mama culture, yo, you see this guy with like 4 baby mamas, 8 children. Migos, what's his name? Cardi B's guy. Offset has like what, 4 or something?
Yes.
And I'm just like, okay, so have we taken on this culture as well? Like, what's going on?
Because, as I said, because it has seemed very normal, it has seemed very okay.
As they even do this, I hope that they will bear in mind that there is a responsibility. So if you're going to take proper care of the child, you're going to be there for the child, you know, you're going to attend to the child properly. I mean, I don't have any problems with this, but then if you just think that it is about just adding to the population of the world and you're not taking care of the child, or you think it is all about money and then you're not there taking care, I mean, you know, training the child, then it's
very
nothing.
Well said, Honeypot. Very, very well said. Okay. I think when people get into situations like this and you have a child, the most important thing to remember is, are you fit to take care of this child and everything that means? So not just that you're dropping money for child support. Are you going to be present? Are you going to be a present dad or mom and all that? So that's very important.